going on, people? You already know who it is. It's your boy Mac Attack back at it again with some more boxing news, views, and opinions. Let's get it. Frank Martin, man, that's the ghost. I'm telling y'all. Look, I don't care what those announcers was talking about. They went out there looking for a certain type of fight because they was expecting Frank Martin to make a statement. And he made a statement, but he made a different kind of statement though. They were looking for some type of knockout, some type of domination, and Frank Martin, he did something a little bit different. Let's talk about it. First of all, I need y'all to hit my like button. I need y'all to hit that subscribe if you ain't subscribed to the channel. That's the best way to support us content creators and help us to drop more content. Let's get it. All right. Frank Martin, he went out there. He showed 3 things that I like. The first thing was he showed that he can box smart. He showed his ring IQ. I seen some good things from Frank Martin, and I seen something that, being a southpaw, I don't really see a lot. I see a lot of people throw a double jab and then they throw the double jab with the right and then they throw that straight left to the body. But Frank Martin, he does something a little bit different. Frank Martin will throw the double jab and then he'll duck in and he'll pivot around and spin, boom, and then hit you in the body. Sometimes when he pivots and you turn, he'll turn you right into a punch. He got good accuracy, and overall, I like the fact that he took a real challenge. Now, he could have easily went out there with a guy that was made for his skill set, made to make him look good, but he actually fought a dude with some legs on him. He fought somebody that was undefeated, even though we know records can be elusive. He was still somebody that went as far as to get a bronze medal in the Olympics, and he got some amateur chops. You know, in the amateurs, you see everything. So he was a guy with a deep background, and he was a real challenge. Now, I think a lot of people, they're used to a fighter going out there, they're conditioned to see those fights where one fighter can just go out there and do whatever he wants and make the other fighter look bad, and it's just a spectacle. Now, I like to see a real competitive boxing match. One of the things I liked in particular about this match was the guy actually trying to do things to throw Frank Martin off, trying to nullify things that Frank Martin had going on. And that gets me to the second thing that I like that Frank Martin showed. Frank Martin took a hard body shot towards the late early rounds, and he came back from that body shot. It was a body shot that would have sent Keith Thurman reeling and running, but Frank Martin took it and he stayed in there. Dude showed that he got some heart. You know, that's something that you don't really get to see with a lot of boxers until they really get a challenge. You don't see them get to take a big shot, and he didn't take a big shot because he was lacking defense. He took a big shot because that guy he was a little bit bigger, he was kind of rangy, and he was actually working with some good fundamentals, obviously because his good amateur background. So we went out there and had some heat, and we seen Frank Martin, you know, take him to the Derrick James eye clinic, you know, and I like to see that. So that brings me to the third thing that he showed. He showed that he can do, you know, what Derrick James' camp is known for, what they get known for. You remember how Jermell Charlo won Undisputed? He basically broke him down. The dude quit. He knocked him out, but it was one of those knockouts where dude just quit. He just had to stop because he was taking so much punishment. You see what Errol Spence did to Ugas, you know what I'm saying? I see what he did there. And then you see what Frank Martin did to the guy he was fighting. Eventually his face started looking like ground beef. I think he didn't turn up the aggression because he really wanted to really just box smart and take his time and pace himself. But you see there were times, especially in the late round, which I guess bring me to a fourth thing I like. In the late rounds, you seen Frank Martin able to turn it up and go full speed, boom, 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 and really get in there. You know what I'm saying? And when he seen that the guy wasn't necessarily getting out of there quick, he went back to boxing smart. Dude got a good ring IQ that I think, like a lot of casuals, they might say, oh, he didn't get the knockout. But I think a lot of those boxers at 135, they're not trying to get in there with Frank Martin. And that's what I think, and I'm standing on it. So we gonna see, man. I don't know if y'all seen my video where I said, you know, I think Shakur Stevenson, He could take some fights if he really about all the smoke and he really ain't vaping. You know what I'm saying? He could take some game fights to really show that skill set, to really show how far it is, show if it got some depth. We know that we know he could punch. We know he could get in there with, a guy that ain't on this level and finish him, but we want to see some competitive matchups, man, like the best fighting the best. But yeah, man, that's all I got for y'all, man. I think Frank Martin is the ghost of 135, and he gonna haunt some of them fighters until they have to get in there with him. Then it's gonna be a nightmare. I just need y'all to remember this one thing. You can play games, but you can't play boxing. I'm gone.